guys, Abhi here. Welcome back to another video, and this is my desk setup for 2025. So starting off with the desk itself, this is the IKEA lag captain with 4 of the adult's legs. Pretty basic stuff, nothing super fancy. The combo is like $100 Canadian, which is pretty darn cheap for a desk. That's why I really need an upgrade in terms of the desk, since now it's been bending a little bit from in between because of all the stuff that is on the desk. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's just talk about the biggest fish in the bowl, which are these massive monitors. So I was pretty uncertain about this layout, and for once I actually removed the second monitor, but for now I'm using a dual monitor setup, one in landscape, one in portrait. As you can see, the main monitor that I'm using is a LG 34-inch ultra-wide. It is a Quad HD monitor, IPS panel, and a 144Hz refresh rate. I recently got this. Before this, I was using the other 27-inch as my main display, but this comes in really handy when I'm editing and doing all of my work. For productivity, this is a huge upgrade and I absolutely love working on this. So when I'm working, I just usually plug in my MacBook Pro with an HDMI cable, which we're going to talk about later down in the video. But overall, this is a great display, and for the price that I got it for, it was a really good deal. And even for story games, I've been recently playing like Assassin's Creed Mirage, and playing the game on this ultra wide resolution is just such an amazing experience. It is so immersive. Even for racing games, it is like a really good addition into my setup. Someday I would really like to upgrade to an OLED monitor, but for now this serves the purpose and gets the job done. On top of the monitor, I have one of those monitor lamps, lights, whatever you want to call it. It is a really good addition to any setup since it lights up all of your desk space and reduces eye strain that you get from looking at your monitor 24/7. So this specific one is just generic from Amazon, nothing special, but it is bicolor. You can change the brightness, and it also has a backlight which is RGB. And the monitor itself is resting on a monitor arm, which is also from Amazon. Links to everything will be in the description box down below. Even though this arm is just meant for like 32-inch displays, but this 34-inch ultra-wide also is working absolutely fine on it. So kudos to that. And it helps in cleaning the desk a lot more. Not having that massive monitor stand is the key to keep your setup clean. The second monitor that I have on a portrait orientation is also from LG. It's a LG 27-inch Quad HD IPS panel with 165Hz refresh rate, and this was my primary monitor for the longest time, and I only got the ultra wide recently. So yeah, this is also an amazing monitor, but for now just using this as my secondary. And this is resting on its stock stand, and I do really want to switch to a dual monitor arm so that I can have a stacked layout with the ultra wide on the bottom and the 27-inch on top as an overhead. Next up, powering all these pixels, is my custom gaming PC. The case that I have is the Cooler Master NR200P in white, and as you can see, it is an ITX build. So this is rocking an i5-13600K processor, which is water cooled by an AIO, 32 gigs of RAM and 2 TB of NVMe storage, along with the Nvidia RTX 3080 Founders Edition. For my usage, this PC serves me really well and pretty much runs all the games that I generally play. I will definitely like to upgrade to the new Nvidia 50 series because that looks absolutely ridiculous, and I would love to upgrade my PC since it's been almost 2 years at this point. As I mentioned, this is all for gaming, and for my productivity and my work, I use my M3 Max MacBook Pro 14-inch, which is rocking 64 gigs of RAM and 2 TB of internal storage, and it is an absolute beast. I've been using this for almost an year now, and this has never broke a sweat, and it runs like an absolute charm. So I mainly just use this for all of my editing work, so it handles 4K footage so smoothly in Final Cut Pro, and even in DaVinci Resolve, the overall experience is super smooth. I was using a M2 MacBook Air before this. I definitely miss that battery life and nothing else. Just having these extra ports and this performance takes the cake for me. So when I'm using this, I either move the keyboard out of the way and use this as a secondary display, or just tuck it in back and use it as a desktop replacement. I would love to add a standing dock for this, but that's for later as I need to upgrade my desk first, because this IKEA desk is counting its days and I really want to upgrade to a standing desk. Something maybe along the lines of like a walnut desk because I really love that wood texture. So for my keyboard of choice, I'm using a MChose GX87 Ultra, which to be very honest is sort of like a custom keyboard in itself, which you can just buy from their website. And this is next level of keyboard gas. I mean, just take a listen to this. It has hot swappable vintage white switches and multiple layers of foam for that insane thick sound. Also for the build, it's built like a tank and is super heavy. On the bottom it also has this metal plate which gives it that heft and premiumness. To put it into words, I just absolutely love this. I was using a Ducky 1.2 Mini before this, which was a 60% keyboard, and I really missed the arrow keys, so this upgrade was much necessary because this helps while editing. It connects to my PC with a 2.4 GHz connector and to my MacBook with Bluetooth. So the only complaint I have with this is that it is a little high, so I would like to add a wrist rest to it so that my hand gets on a decent level while using this. Right besides it is my mouse of choice, the Logitech MX Master 3S, which to be very honest is the best mouse for productivity, and the clicks are so smooth that it just feels like an unreal combo with my keyboard. It can also connect to 3 devices at once, and just a click of button to switch it works absolutely well, and that's how I'm easily able to switch in between my MacBook and my PC. The side scroll is great for scrolling through timeline when I'm editing, and the ergonomics are just fantastic. It is pretty much the shape of my hand, and yeah, this is also a little high compared to my second choice for my mouse, which I only use for gaming, and it is the glorious Mudgal wireless. And by the looks of it, you can see how much I've used this, and this was my primary mouse before I got the MX Master. I also have a Magic trackpad which always comes in handy for all the Mac gestures, and sometimes I just edit with the trackpad depending on how I am feeling that day. And last but not the least is my DualSense 5 controller in this custom red and black camo plate, which I mainly use for my PC gaming. Right below my PC you can see this little controller which is for my Arctis 5 gaming headset, which I just hang on the pegboard besides it when I'm not using it. The pegboard has a lot of stuff on it and you can have a quick look, but I'll keep that one for later. So for my charging needs, I'm using this dock from ESR, and it charges my phone, my Apple Watch, and also has a slot for AirPods. So this is absolutely great. On top of my PC is an IKEA lamp with an Edison bulb. Looks great, but would have liked if it had a dimmer switch since this is very bright, so I use this very rarely. I know this is not the greatest location to keep it as it blocks a bit of airflow on my PC, but I didn't have any other place to keep it since the desk is a bit cramped, and this is also where I store my other mouse. And yeah, almost forgot, I also have this vinyl coaster for my drinks so that they don't ruin the desk. And if you have seen any of my previous videos, you might have noticed that I also had a PlayStation 5 on the desk, which I have technically removed for now, and that has moved over to my entertainment area, but we'll keep that for another video. So that is about it for my 2025 desk setup tour, and I feel like it will keep on changing and I'll be making an updated video on it real soon. So if you're into that, a subscribe will be great. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to drop a like. Let me know in the comment section down below what changes can I do and what was your favorite piece of tech in my setup. And as I said, all the links to everything will be in the description box down below in case you want to get something for yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, take care and peace.